All right.
Let's get these tweets out. People are probably like, why are they back on? What are these gingers up to? And I'm like, seriously, I don't even know. And it's playing on
I
my
love that.
phone.
Love that you're watching it.
It was playing on my phone. I'm just trying to.
So the thing is, like, I don't want to be doing post game shows. I'll be honest. I don't like doing post game shows.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's just not what I
It's
wanted
not
to do when I started this whole pre-game thing. I wanted it just to be before the game.
right.
But these games have been so frustrating that I need to talk about it afterwards.
Correct.
And I feel like I'd be doing the people a disservice if I don't talk about it.
Right. And I think a lot of people need to just hear from other sides because, like we all know, Flyers Twitter is very toxic to start.
Yes.
And it's always a love-hate relationship with this team, no matter what, even if they're winning, even if they're losing. And so I think giving the viewers, our fellow Gingies, our opinions and views can help settle people down.
So it can help something.
So,
maybe. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I hate this team. I want it on record. I absolutely hate this team. Everything about them. To come out and have the effort that they had in the first 40 minutes of this game against a team that had lost 17 games in a row. I'm not talking about a small little losing streak that they are. This team lost 17 games in a row.
Correct.
They are dead. They should not. They're barely even putting a team on the ice. And you want to come out and you want to start the game the way that this Flyers team did.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
It's very mind-boggling how this team cannot play a full 60 minutes of hockey. And it becomes where like fans get very frustrated because first period, I don't know where they were. In second period, I don't know where they were. And then it wasn't until like the middle of the third period, they're like, oh, we're actually playing a game right now. And even on the post interview, like Claude Giroux said, it was Scott Laughton and Justin Braun doing the talking in the locker room. So like it goes to show that you can tell players are getting frustrated and it's more people stepping up but like
it shouldn't take that. Like it shouldn't get to that point.
Right. It shouldn't be where
this isn't a game. This 2-game series against Buffalo, this isn't the team where this type of stuff should be happening against.
Correct.
That's what I think is the most frustrating thing is on paper, the Flyers are a much better team. Yes, they've been very inconsistent all year. Buffalo is very bad. They are like, I don't even think bad is the right word. This team is a dumpster fire. They are hot garbage right now. And we made them look like one of the best teams in the NHL for the first 40 minutes of this game. Which
is so crazy to me. And even like the announcers, like Jim Jackson, I think they were talking about Sam Morin. And they were like, you would have thought that what he was leading up to and like how he scored a game-winning goal, that they would amp them up and be motivated for this next game. And like I was like, yeah, but it's not. Like I literally was like talking to him like, it's not. Like there's no motivation whatsoever until they're losing 3-0. Like it shouldn't be that.
And you can't keep doing this. Like they were able to get away with it tonight because it's Buffalo. And once things started rolling downhill, Buffalo is this bad of a team that they're going to crumble like they did. Against a good team, this isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to do this night in and night out.
Right.
That's what, like, I was doing the live tweeting for the show account, and I said, it's so hard to even get excited about these comebacks that they keep, doing because they piss you off so much for the first 40 minutes of the game.
Correct.
Like I kid you not, there was no celebration from me during any of those goals. It was like, really? Like you guys are doing this again?
But listen, I'm going to Round of applause. 3 out of 3. You got your goal scorers for tonight. So,
that is true.
I mean, that's the most you can celebrate, but it shouldn't be this, like, that we had to go to overtime. Like,
no, it should not have been this difficult, but it is this difficult. It's annoying. I can't stand it, and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I wish I had the answers. Like AV said before the game, he's relying on his veterans tonight to set an example, to set the tone, to get this team where they need to be tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first 40 minutes, we didn't see that.
Correct.
And then the third period, we literally only saw the veterans on the ice. I don't know what you saw from the third period. Farabee didn't see the ice. Patrick didn't see the ice. Lindblom didn't see the ice. I'm not even sure Konechny was out there. Like, he literally rolled Voracek, Giroux, Van Riemsdyk, Couturier, Lawton, Raffle, and Knack. Like, he played basically 2 lines the entire third period. And, I mean, it worked. You know, the veterans stepped up in the last 23 minutes, however long into overtime it took, of the game. But where was that in the first period and the second period? Like, why does it take going down 3-0 to a horrible team like Buffalo? Why does it take that long for you guys to get invested into a game? Yeah. Someone needs to explain it. And like, before we came on, I heard Giroux, they interviewed him after the game, and he was like, yeah, he's like, you know, obviously we're mad at ourselves for not coming out. Okay, but you can be mad at yourselves all you want. There's no excuse. Like, you guys are responsible for coming out and setting the tone, and you didn't do it.
Right. And I feel like they keep saying the same thing, like, during their interviews. Like, it's literally the same thing. Like, oh, we need to play better. Oh, we need to do this. Oh, we need to play the full 60 minutes of the game. Like, they keep saying the same thing over and over again, and they're not proving anything to us. And I think that's when, like, people and, like, fans get frustrated because they say things and their actions never reflect upon it.
Yeah, it's like what's a good example? It's like the Flyers are a toxic relationship.
It's literally a love-hate relationship. Whether
the Flyers
you like it
are
or not.
Every toxic relationship that anyone has ever been in, because you keep thinking they're going to change, you think it's going to get better, and then it never does.
Never does.
And that is what it's like rooting for this team. And yet, here we are, now sitting, 1 point behind Boston for the 4th and final playoff spot. I mean, they have games in hand on us, but, like, we're right back in it. It's annoying, but we're right there.
Right. And I feel like we're literally just going to be sitting there now and just waiting for other teams to just go on their bad losing streaks, and hopefully they hit those losing streaks like we have, and that, like, something magic happens.
I just don't know anymore. Like, because knowing them, what's going to happen is come Wednesday, they're going to come out and they're going to blow the doors off Buffalo. Like, they're just going to have a great performance because that's how this team works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I have no words. I try and put out what, like, I'm thinking, but it's so hard with this team because, like I said, they pissed me off so much for the first 40 plus minutes of this game to come back and score 4 unanswered goals to win. It's just like, great, they won, but why? Why was it this difficult? It's not supposed to be this hard, especially not against this bad of a team.
Correct. Yeah, it's crazy, and I think at this point, I, like, don't know what, like, should I be rooting for them? Should I not be rooting for them? Like, should I be watching these games? Like, I'm like, they always pull at my heartstrings at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm never not going to watch this team as much as they bother me night in and night out. It's just, I like to be tortured. I think I've said it a couple times on the show. There's nothing more that I love than watching the Flyers break my heart. Over and over and over. It's just, it's so frustrating. And I just want it to be easy. Like, I just want to be able to sit down and watch a Flyers game and it'd be like, oh yeah, cool. They're up 3-0. Like, why can't we be up for 3-0 in the first period? Like, why doesn't that happen for us?
Right.
Why can't we have a 9-0 win? A 8-3 win? Like, why can't we put up these type of offensive numbers? Why are we always on the wrong end of that?
Yeah. And it feels like it's like a reoccurring thing that's happening to us. Like, we're never getting that opportunity. It's always like we need to be losing for them to actually realize that they need to start playing.
I mean, maybe we just start a petition to where the Flyers start every game from here on out down like 1-0, maybe even 2, just
to see what happens. Like, have them
like that way they can like go into the game from the opening faceoff being like, oh, well, we're already losing, so we got to start playing now. I think that would work.
Right.
I was a little surprised at the benching of the young guys, only because like no one was playing well.
Right. And I think the fact that you said though about Knack, it kind of surprises me that they would keep him because he's a young guy, like not like
yeah, but he's on the line that he's on. It's him, Raffle, and Lawton, and that line has the energy. Like, they've been going,
which they've always had that going for them.
But like for Lindblom, Patrick, I can't recall Konechny being on the ice for much of the third period, if any. I know Lindblom and Patrick, I don't think they played a shift in the third period, which that is, I mean, I don't know. I get it. Like I said, it worked. The Flyers ended up winning.
Right.
But
kind of
we've seen.
But like, what kind of message do you think it sends to them? Like, I understand, like, it means like they need to like play better, but like during the game, like, what do you think like goes through their mind?
I mean, obviously they're probably upset, they're not happy about it, but I don't know that this is what I'm trying to figure out here is I don't know who the message was more for. I don't know if the message was to these young guys, like, all right, you guys need to figure it out. You guys need to play better. Or if it was a message to the veterans, like, listen, this is your show. You're down 3-0 to the worst team in the NHL right now. Go out there and figure this out. Yeah. No one else is going to. It's up to you 6-7 forwards to go out there and win this game. And you know what? Listen, I know Konechny, Patrick, whatever, you guys are doing your own thing. You guys didn't play bad, but no, we're letting these guys go and figure it out. So I don't know which way. Right, I mean, anytime players get benched, you obviously think on the side of, okay, they weren't playing that well. But tonight was just weird because nobody played well for the first 2 periods.
Yeah. Do you think tomorrow, like, they're going to come to practice and you're going to hear about lines being changed?
I mean, probably. I would, at this point, I'd like to see them stick with what worked in the third period come Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I don't know if AV is going to do that. How much balance does that really give your lineup from top to bottom if you go with what the lines they had?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see. I with like the rest of this team, the way this season's been going, I really don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
But nonetheless, the Flyers do what they've been doing, play horribly for the majority of the game, and end up coming back to win. And I'm just scrolling through Twitter right now. Ivan Provorov, I guess, is addressing the media right now. And a guy we're actually going to have on the podcast this week, Jamie Bascal from Flyers Nitty Gritty, just tweeted out, Provy said, maybe we should think we are down 3-0 and we would start off better. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Just you guys got to think that you guys are losing.
Right. Yeah. It's Flyers Twitter right now is very, very entertaining, but not at the same time.
And I actually, in the midst of them, right as the third period started, I was typing up a tweet, that I'm typically not this type of person where I've never been a trade Giroux guy. I've never been that type of person. But I was very angry, and there was almost a tweet sent out that I was like, nobody's off limits at this point. Literally, you can trade anybody. Whoever, anyone can go at this point because they're like, it feels like a leadership issue, but then at the same time, I mean, Giroux was the reason they came back tonight.
Right. And especially because, like, you hear from him and he's the leader. Like, he's the one that should be voicing his opinion in the locker room. And you hear, like, other people are doing in the locker room. And I'm like, then where's your leadership falling? Like, are you telling them you need to step up? And then they're doing that because you said it? Or is it because you're letting them just, like, walk over you? And then, like, now you, like that opportunity during the third period that he had to prove himself. Like, this is the leadership.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I feel like Giroux's never been the vocal type leader. That's never really been his style, which I get. Right. That's fine. It can work for some people. And I mean, listen, the guy played a hell of a third period tonight. I've for one will stand by. I've never been one to question his leadership. Do I think maybe the Flyers need a more vocal leader in the room? Possibly, yeah. Maybe that's what they do need. Maybe they need a loudmouth guy that's going to come in there and shake things up. Who that is, no idea. But maybe that's what this team needs, because maybe they don't have that right now. But I still can't question Giroux's leadership when I see what he did tonight in the third period and in overtime. So, like, he's showing on the ice what he's capable of doing. He pretty much willed this team to victory. I mean, the overtime winner, he was just all over the puck.
Right.
And if he doesn't get that puck up to Konechny, then the Flyers don't win the game. So maybe it is something in the locker room. Maybe they just need a louder voice. I don't know. I wish Flyers Twitter, Flyers universe, I wish I had the answers for you, because I wish I've had them for myself, honestly. But I have no clue. I don't get it. I think it's just going to be a frustrating season.
Yeah, it's always going to be a frustrating season, I think, no matter what now.
Like, this is just going to how it's going to be. And I don't know. I don't know. We're right back in the playoff hunt, which you love to see. But they can't keep doing the same thing. It's going to come back to bite them. It already has come back to bite them a few times this year. You're not going to be playing Buffalo every night. And you're sure as hell not going to be playing Buffalo come playoff time.
Right. Yeah. I feel like they get, like, in a mindset that, like, yes, this is an easy team. Like, they should be guaranteed. And, like, I feel like they kind of just get, like, in their heads, or, like, I don't know.
It could be that. I mean, it's definitely a possibility, but I just would like to think, like, knowing where you're at right now, like, you just can't have that kind of mentality coming into this game, regardless of who the opponent is.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be different if they were playing at the top of their game for the last month, but they've played so poorly. It's like, how can you come into a game that you think you're supposed to win when you guys literally haven't shown anything this month that's like you're capable of beating any team any night?
Right.
And it's just it's making things a lot harder for Chuck Fletcher, who has still not done anything, which I don't like. It's still, like, I know it's a tough market right now, but something's got to give, man. And it just makes it harder for him, because you're seeing this team every night go down 3-0, come back. Like, how can you be comfortable giving up future assets to try and win now when you're barely beating a Buffalo Sabres?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
So, I don't know. We will see how the rest of this week plays out. Flyers do get the win tonight in overtime, thanks to Ivan Provorov with the overtime game winner. 4-3 your final. Back in action Wednesday night against the same Sabres team at 7:30. We will be having a pregame show. Yes, we will be having a pregame show. So we will be back on Wednesday night for that. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're following the show. The links are down below. And go Flyers. I know they frustrate you all as much as they frustrate me. But hey, there you go, two game win streak right now.
Yeah, we're getting hot. We're getting hot, man.
let's try and spin this as positive as we can, even though they looked horrible for the most part tonight. But we got the win, and hopefully this continues. So we will see you all